Okay, today we're gonna do a renter, all right? But I want you to be a renter that gives you some of the typical objections that renters give us, like I don't have a down payment, or my credit isn't very good, or I like having the freedom of being able to move whenever I want to, those typical objections that you get from renters, okay? Nancy Cullen is the name. Nancy came in from one of our referral sites, so either Realtor.com, Zillow, or maybe Trulia, one of those sites. Nancy does have a New York area code, so Nancy could be somebody that moved here about 2 years ago, has been renting, still has her New York area code, but wants to stay in San Antonio now, so we need to talk to her about home ownership. And if you are a gentleman, that'll be Nate Cullen, okay? Ring, ring.
Hello?
Good morning. May I speak to Nancy, please?
This is Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Carl Bishop with AE Realty. Giving you a quick call this morning because I noticed you on our website. It looks like last night around 11 p.m. And I wanted to call you personally. And first and foremost, thank you for using the site, Nancy. And I'm curious, I noticed that you were looking at a few properties. Are you considering making a move in the near future?
I thought about it, but probably not right now. Stay put.
Okay, understood. I'm curious, Nancy, if you don't mind me asking, what's your current situation? Are you renting or do you own the home that you're living in now?
I rent a home.
Okay, fantastic. I noticed the New York area code. Have you relocated to the area recently, or do you still live in New York?
It's been a little bit over a year, I think.
Okay, how do you like San Antonio?
I like San Antonio, actually.
Okay, great. Did you move here?
Much nicer.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard New York folks can be a little bit curt at times. I'm curious, did you move here for family or work? What was the reason you relocated to Texas?
Yeah, my husband, he's military, so we came here. Yeah,
oh,
military.
Very good. Well, thank you for your service. San Antonio being Military City, USA, we certainly help a lot of military folks. And so you mentioned that you had been renting. Have you guys ever used your VA benefits before?
No, we've never bought a house.
Never bought a house? Okay, not a problem.
But we move so much that I just don't know if it's the right option for us.
Understood. And it's interesting because I actually have that come up quite often with several of our military clients. I'm curious, Nancy, have you and your husband ever considered taking a look at getting into a home using your VA benefits, your VA loan?
No, I mean, because we just never really had the opportunity to purchase, so.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind me asking, what's your current rent payment where you guys are at right now? What are you currently paying in rent?
We pay about $1,600, and our VH covers most of that, so.
Oh, wow, that is a lot of money. On a VA loan, a $1,600 a month payment really gets you a very nice house in the range of $200,000 to $225,000, and your payment would be the exact same. I'm curious, how long have you guys been renting for? I know you've lived here in San Antonio for a year, but have you been renting in New York? How many years?
Well, I mean, we've never bought a home, and I'm going to be 30 this year, so.
Oh my gosh. So over those past years that you've been putting money into a rental, gosh, that's probably been, I would say, tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars that you've put in the landlord's pocket. And with that VA loan, it's just such an attractive loan. Would you be open to discussing an opportunity for you to actually start putting that $1,600 a month back into your pocket?
Well, I mean, we're only going to be here for like another 2 years, maybe.
Okay.
So I don't know if that makes sense for us to buy a home and then just have to sell it again, and we don't want to lose money.
Understood. One thing that we help our clients, or especially our veteran or active duty clients that get those PCS orders to move to other parts of the country, is we've been able to help you turn your home into an income producing asset. So while you are relocating to other parts of the country, you have a piece of property here in San Antonio that continues to generate income for you no matter where you travel. So it's a very attractive way to not just have a good place to live here while in San Antonio, but even while you're at other parts of the country to be able to generate an additional stream of revenue. Nancy, if you don't mind me asking, what's your husband's name?
George,
that's great. Is George stationed at Lackland or Randolph or one of the other bases here in town?
He kind of moves around, so.
He moves around a little bit? Okay. What part of town are you guys currently living at now?
We live on the north side by Stone Oak.
Okay, how do you like that area?
I like it. It's a little congested, but it's nice.
Yeah, the traffic's a little bad out there. In terms of space, what are you and George looking for? Do you need at least a 3-bedroom?
Yeah, we prefer 3-bedroom. We have one child, so he's still pretty little, but
Okay. So
enough room for him.
okay, so will he be going to school soon, or is he still pretty
He's
pretty
3,
young?
so he's got a couple of years.
Okay, very good. Well, there's great schools in that particular area. Is that good for your commute as well? I mean, are you close enough to the bases and get to where you need to get to pretty
We're
quickly?
kind of central because he goes to the different bases, so it makes sense for us to live central.
Okay, okay. In your perfect home, Nancy, what exactly are you looking for? Like, what would be your perfect place to live? What would you want in a house?
I like 1-story homes. We have a 2-story right now, so the stairs are really a killer when you have a baby. So
Okay.
I want a bigger backyard because my dog, he just does not like our small backyard we've got going on right now.
Oh, cool. What kind of dog do you have?
He's a husky.
Oh, I love huskies. Those dogs are so smart.
He's wild.
Yeah. A good friend of mine has a husky, and gosh, he's such a wonderful dog. But yes, lots of energy with those dogs. So I've got a little wiener dog. So he's smart, but he's pretty laid back. I like that about him. Well, that's great. So you need a decent yard. Schools may be important here in the next couple of years, and you need at least a 3-bedroom, right?
Right.
I can already think of a couple of houses in the Stone Oak area that may fit your needs. I'm going to go ahead and send them to you. But Nancy, what I'd like to do is have you and George come in and sit down with me for about 30 to 45 minutes for a free consultation where I can share with you a little bit about the benefits of your VA loan and your VA benefits and kind of help you put together a plan to either get out of that rental and get into a home or potentially use your VA benefits at some point down the road. What does your schedule look like this week? What does George's schedule look like this week? What would be a better day for you, or are weekends better?
Well, George is usually off by 4 o'clock on the weekdays, but on the weekends, we like to do our family time, so I don't think we'll do a weekend.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess it really just depends on whatever time if he's open to it after work, because he gets tired sometimes.
Of course, of course. So is he off on weekends, or is there any particular day of the week that's a little bit more free for him?
Probably early in the week might be better, so he's not worn out.
Well, I've got my calendar open here. I know you mentioned that he gets out around 4 p.m. What would you say to coming by, let's say, on Tuesday at 4:30 or 5 p.m.? I've got an opening there. Would that work for you guys?
Probably. I have to check with him first.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and tentatively put you in my calendar for 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday. I will confirm with you prior to the time, and if George has any questions, feel free to have him reach out to me. It really is an amazing opportunity to get into a home with a VA loan. The only people that can get these kind of benefits are active duty and retired military folks, and I always tell people it's the absolute best loan out there because it's a zero down loan with no mortgage insurance. It simply is, there's nothing that compares to it. So I'd like to talk to you more about that. So I've got you in my calendar, Nancy. I have your email here is nancy@gmail.com. Is that still a good one for you?
Yeah, that's probably the best one.
Okay, I'm going to email you a little event notification as well as text you my address. And I'm going to send you those properties that we spoke about. So I think they'd be a great fit considering the area that you're currently in. And if you have any questions about them, let me know. I'd love to show you some property as well. Okay? All right, Nancy. Well, we'll see you and George on Tuesday. It's been a pleasure talking with you. And thanks again for your service. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Good morning, Nate.
This is Nate.
Hi, Nate. This is Jean. I'm with AE Realty here in San Antonio. How's your morning this morning?
We're doing pretty good this morning. Just got into work, actually.
Oh, just getting into work. Sorry, do you have a minute to talk?
Sure.
All right, Nate. I'm actually giving you a call because I saw you were on our website last night looking at some homes here in San Antonio. Are you in the market to buy a home?
I think that was my wife that was doing some browsing. But yeah, she showed me a couple homes. We're probably still 2 or 3 years out, just kind of in the browsing stages right now.
Okay, I get it. I get it. What's your current situation, Nate? Do you own a home or are you renting right now?
We're renting right now. We've been at a nice little rental home for about the past 2 years. It's been working out okay.
Okay. Are you new to San Antonio? You came here in the last 2 years?
Well, yeah, actually, we relocated from New York about 2 years ago. And just, we've gotten used to the city and we like it. But yeah, we're probably still a little ways out.
Just a couple years out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a transplant to the city too. I came from California, so I definitely understand the charm here. San Antonio is beautiful. It's got great people. What brought you here, Nate?
Work, actually. I was transferred here with my job, and so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do, Nate?
Yeah, I'm a doctor. I've got I basically work for a firm that is contracted with hospitals here in the San Antonio Med Center area.
Awesome.
And so they sent me here, and we don't know how long I'll be here for, but for the foreseeable future we'll be in San Antonio.
Nice. Yes, San Antonio definitely has a lot of opportunity for people in the medical fields.
Yeah. We've got one of the best medical centers that I've seen in the country, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree, Nate. Let me ask you: Have you ever purchased a home, Nate?
We did own a home in New York. We sold it before coming down here. Just kind of wanted to get used to the area first, and kind of figure our way around the city before we started to purchase real estate again.
Okay. Nate, You said you wanted to wait a couple of years. Is it just so that you can, like you said, navigate the city, or is there anything else that's kind of?
Yeah. So the area that that we're in right now is just right by Med Center, I guess, and we've been in a pretty nice condo for that time, but at some point we want to get into a home as our family starts to grow a little bit. I mean, I think the condo's been good, for our small family, but we're starting to grow. I just had my second son about 3 months ago, and so
congratulations!
That's one of the reasons we're coming.
Congratulations! Is your other child another boy or a girl?
Another boy. We've got 2 boys.
2 boys.
Got a 3-year-old and a newborn. So,
wow.
I mean, the condo is nice. It's a 3-bedroom condo, but at some point we'll want a yard and we'll want to get a little more
another
space.
room for your other son.
Yeah,
definitely understandable. Look, Nate, I know that you've been wanting to wait a couple of years before purchasing, but I'd love to be able to kind of talk to you about the difference between real estate here in Texas versus what was in New York. Kind of go over the process. It's always different state to state, and especially here in Texas, they have a lot of different rules that I never saw in California. So I'd love to be able to meet with you and your wife and talk about your potential purchase, even if we are a couple of years away, at least to go over some of the information and see what works for you. Put a plan in place.
Yeah, well, I'll certainly talk to Cindy about it, my wife. We just signed our renewal of our lease, so we got another 6 months at our current rental at least. So maybe a better conversation for down the road. Can I call you back at this number?
Well, actually, Nate, 6 months is perfect. 6 months gives you time to be able to search for your house. It gives you time to be able to prepare, to know what you need to have in order to purchase. There's a lot of different programs out there, especially for physicians in your field. So that could really be beneficial to you, and those are things that you want to get in place before you actually go looking for your home, and at least have the time to be able to look for it. The good thing about purchasing a home as well, and having that time, is not only do you have the time to be able to search for the right house, but you can also have kind of a buffer. The good thing, when you go to purchase, there's at least 45 to 60 days where you don't have a mortgage payment. So that means if you were to overlap with your renting, then you have the opportunity to move into your home and not be rushed about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's true.
So that really gives us about 4 months to put that plan in place to be able to go. So kind of makes things, put it in perspective. If we're going to take the time, we definitely need to start ahead of time.
Okay.
And this will just be an initial consultation. I just want to meet you, talk to you about it, and get everything in place.
Yeah, I think, one of the things is this time of the year is really busy for me at work. It just seems like it's for whatever reason, the holidays is there's just more people coming in for, the weather changes, people get sick, that sort of thing. But
Definitely understandable.
I'll definitely tell Cindy about you, and maybe I'll just have her call you directly.
No, that'd be great. Nate, or if you'd like, is she at home right now?
She is, yeah.
I'd love to be able to give her a call.
Yeah.
Do you have a contact number for her?
Well, of course, I can give you her number. But let me go ahead and tell her that you're calling. And
Okay.
That way it doesn't catch her by surprise. She hates it when I do that too.
Oh yeah, I get that for sure. Definitely want to be prepared, especially with a 3-month-old at home.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, Nate, I'd like to be able to maybe put you on the calendar just for something tentative,
Okay.
so that we might be able to meet maybe next week. Do you have a day that works best for you and Cindy?
Probably the weekend. I'm usually taking Saturdays and Sundays off.
Perfect.
I will tell you that our biggest concern really is that down payment. We haven't really saved up a whole lot, especially now with the holidays, and I've been paying off my school med school debts, and so it's just been a real hassle trying to save up a down payment. For our last house, we put a pretty significant one down, so that's another reason why we've tried to want to wait to really save up that money.
Actually, Nate, there's several programs that we have here in San Antonio that offer you the opportunity to be able to purchase a home with 0 down. Even some of our physician programs look into things like that. So I'd love to be able to go over some of that with you.
Oh, really? I didn't know you could get one for 0 down? Nothing
For 0
at all?
down, no down payment.
Wow. Well, Cindy will certainly be interested in talking
Definitely
about
changes things a little bit.
that. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me see. I've got Saturday here. I've got a 10 a.m. and I have a 4 p.m. Does it better morning or afternoon for you?
Probably afternoon. We like to sleep in a little bit on Saturdays.
Okay,
yeah.
I can do the 4 p.m. or if you'd like a little bit earlier, I have something around 1.
Let's do 1. Let's
1
do 1
o'clock.
in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay. I'll put you in here on my calendar for 1 o'clock. Nate, and if you don't mind, I'll send you a text message that gives you the address and also an email. It's kind of a little event for you to be able to have it in your calendar.
Okay.
And I'd love to be able to speak with Cindy, so maybe if I can give you a call back tomorrow after you've been able to speak to her. And
Yeah, I'll talk to her this afternoon.
okay, great. So I've got you on the calendar for 1, Nate. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I think, obviously we're a little bit, anxious about getting out of the the apartment.
Getting something a little bit bigger for you and your family, definitely.
It's always moving's never fun, but at some point it'll have to be done. So
Yeah,
you'll
for
have
sure.
to answer quite a few questions for us. Hopefully we won't be too much of a time wasted.
No, that sounds great. That's never a waste of time, Nate.
Okay.
It's always, as long as we can provide some value and get you guys into your home one day, it's never going to be a waste of time.
Okay. Well, I will talk to Cindy, and hopefully we'll be out there this weekend.
Sounds good, Nate. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's been
you.
good talking to you this morning.
All right.
All right, you have a great day.
Good job, Gene. Let it go.